welcome to today's video. Let's go ahead and start by checking what they have at our Home Depot. So right away they have a new shipment of Hoyas in. It looks like they got a bunch of Hoya Rosita, and then back here in the back there is a few of these Bertinays mixed in. Next to that, there are a few plants for $5.98. I thought this Transiscanthia was really cute. And then this begonia is a first time find for me. It was labeled Dappled Morning, so it has those little silver spots on it. Super cute. It looks like they also got in a pretty good shipment of some larger philodendrons. This one was labeled philodendron micans. Not sure if that is right, but it was a really good size, and these ones were half off. And on this top shelf, they had some plants for $20. There is a Ficus taniki, and then they had a whole bunch of these darker philodendrons. Didn't catch the name of that one. I see this one here often. I think it is called Macaulay's Finale, but it is a really colorful philodendron. I really like that one. Moving back over here to the larger plants, they had these for 50% off. They had a few different Dieffenbachias mixed in here, and some snake plants and majesty palms. Let's go ahead and walk over to the other side here. So on the other side, it looks like they have a bird of paradise, some more Dieffenbachias down here, and then next to that they had a Ficus ruby. This is one of my favorite ficus, and then next to that one is a Ficus burgundy. This philodendron caught my eye. I haven't seen this one in a box store before. It was labeled Atabapoense, so quite a mouthful, but beautiful philodendron. I almost wanted to take that one home with me, but moving on, add some more of those $20 philodendrons up there on the top, and then here on the bottom they had a bunch of those Hoyas that were on the other side. These ficus on this end here looked really beautiful and healthy. They were labeled Ficus microcarpa. They also had some medium-sized Dieffenbachia in there, some more of those ficus, and a pothos. Near the checkouts, they had these H2O bowls by Leafjoy. That one was called a Orange You Glad philodendron, kind of reminded me of a painted lady. They had a Marble Queen pothos, a Syngonium, some more pothos down here. And up here at the top, they had this philodendron black cardinal. That one was $30. And then over here, they had this one. It was labeled philodendron, but it looks like a type of calathea. So that's going to wrap up our trip to Home Depot. So now let's go ahead and head inside Lowe's and see what they have. They had these crotons out here in the front and some hanging planters with mums inside. Looks like they're getting a lot of their fall stuff in, so let's go ahead and check out what plants they have. So right away I spotted this cute little end with some Halloween live trends decor with the little air plants in it. They had these little haunted houses that light up. Then they had these little skeletons with the air plants kind of hanging out of their head doing yoga poses. I liked these little cat planters, and then I thought these were really fun. It looks like they had a little Frankenstein, a witch, a vampire over here, and then a little mummy back there. Moving on to the plant section, they had this beautiful philodendron Brazil up here, and then they had a few self-watering planters with some philodendron Red Anderson, and then next to that they had the philodendron tortum. Looks like they had a few ZZ plants mixed in. I love this little Syndapsis over here. I think this is called the Syndapsis platinum. Had a different name on the tag, but I believe that's what that is. And next to that they had a Monstera standalania, and some more of those red Andersons. Didn't catch the name of that one, but that planter that it was in was really cute. Down here on this middle shelf, they had some more of these self-watering planters, and all of these were on sale for $14.98. That one is the Alocasia Regina. Looks like they had a few ZZs mixed in, a few more of those philodendrons, and Syndapsis as well. So just a lot of the same plants that we saw on our last visit, but super good deal on these for only $14.98. Let's go ahead and look at another area. So on this other side here, it looks like they have a bunch of those self-watering planters mixed in with a lot of the same plants, some Ficus Audrey, some ZZ plants, and a few different types of philodendrons. So lots of good plants to choose from. They also had these really large money trees for only $30 and a few Majesty palms. So popping over to the live trends area, they got in a bunch of new stuff over here. It looks like they had a lot of Syndapsis to choose from and some beautiful hanging planters. This philodendron Brazil is really cute. They had these beautiful clay pots with a juvenile Monstera deliciosa, and it looks like a Ficus ruby, and a few other plants to choose from over here. I thought this little snake plant was cute. I found this beautiful Alocasia mellow, and then I even found this anthurium radicans and this cute little poly, so I wanted to go ahead and share those with you guys. But I also thought these little glass bowls with the little air plants in them were really cute. They had these little fall themed, it looks like they're acorns with the little air plants, and they had those in a few different colors that are a really cute little fall decor item. They had some bamboo and a few different types of succulents mixed in here. Just some really fun, interesting planters. They had these little glass terrariums back here. And down here on the bottom, I spotted this guy, and I don't even know what this one is. Comment if you know what this is. I thought it was a type of Hoya at first, but they were $14.98. Didn't have a name on it, so let me know if you know what that one is. They also had some more of those tiny little planters with the little succulents. On this other side, they had these giant terrariums for $75. Not sure how I feel about these. I feel like they're a little expensive for what you get. This one up here was $45, so a little bit more affordable, but not very many plants inside of it. I didn't really like these taller ones down at the bottom. These ones were $65, but most of the plants were dying inside, so not sure that is a great deal. But let me know what you think in the comments. Over here on this other side, they have these beautiful snake plants for only $28, and they got in a new shipment of Monstera deliciosa back there that I can't really reach. Some more of these philodendrons in the self-watering planters. Didn't catch the name of that one. Let me know if you know what the name of that one is. They also had this beautiful Jessiana pothos, one of my favorites. On this other side, they have some more self-watering planters. They had a lot of golden pothos, and they also had a few of these chameleon ZZs. They also had this Ficus Audrey. It looks like it's growing another plant out of there, but next to that, they had one of my favorite ficus. That is the Moonshine Ficus. They had another Syndapsis Platinum. This one looked really pretty. Another ficus over here, and a type of Calathea. This one gets those really pretty dark purple color to its leaves. I usually always find this type of Calathea in stores this time of year, but below that there was some snake plants. I really loved the variegation on this moonshine ficus. I almost took this one home with me. I just thought it looked really pretty. And next to that, we have a ficus ruby. And didn't catch the name of this plant, but they had a lot of those to choose from. Down here on the bottom, they had a few rough-looking plants. They had this alocasia polly, but it just wasn't in the best of shape. They also had this low variegation ring of fire, a silver streak pothos, and a golden crocodile. Moving on, they had these beautiful clay pots. I think they were plastic, but they had that clay look for $24.98 with this beautiful Scindapsus. This one is called a Scindapsus Moonlight. They also had a few different types of miniature trees and some bamboo up here. I really liked this money tree in this little basket planter. And over here at the top, they had these beautiful macrame planters with the clay pots. This one had a philodendron Brazil in it. They also had some more calathea. Not sure the name of this one, but I thought that calathea was really pretty. I also really love the pots that these are in. These are all by Live Trends. Live Trends has some of the cutest planters, so I just really love them. They also had these little Hoyas on a trellis, which I thought were really cute. They had this little square planter with a few different plants mixed in. Some more of those Hoyas. Up here they had some hanging planters. This one has a Scindapsus. Looks like one was missing over there. They had some pothos and some more heartleaf philodendron. Here's another one of those cute calatheas. Moving on, they had a few different beautiful hanging baskets of philodendron Brazil. They also had some heartleaf philodendron mixed in there. Looks like another one of those Jessiana pothos. Not sure what this one is, but it was really cute. I loved these lemon lime philodendrons. They didn't really have anything new over here. Everything was pretty much the same as our last visit. So on the way to the checkout, I had to stop and take a look at all the new Halloween decorations that they just put out. They had a whole bunch of fun animatronics to choose from this year. So super excited about all of these. They also had some fun stuff over here, some pumpkins. I really love the little Disney collection they have here. I thought these light up globes were especially cute, so had to take a quick detour to check out all the fun Halloween, but let's get back to the plants. So near the checkouts, they had this beautiful white wizard, and I thought this algonoma, if that's how you say it, was really pretty. It was just really bright and red. They also had some more of those alocasia reginas. But yeah, guys, I think that wraps up our trip today. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will talk to you guys soon.